Hello and welcome to another lesson. So in this lesson, let's just look at an example of do while loop. We've talked extensively about do while loop, a variant of while loop in the last lesson. So in this lesson, we'll take a look at how we can practicalize it. So here I'm going to just bring up my HTML documents. Do while JavaScript. Now make a heading H2 learning about do while JavaScript. Then I'll make a paragraph tag and give it an ID of demo as usual so that I can work with it. So I'll make a script tag, open and close script tag. And then I'll make a variable, let me call the name message. I'll give it an empty value as I will be reverting to it later, like the usual way. Then I'll make another variable and give it a value of 0. Then, like the usual, every loop needs to have a starting point, and this is what I'm doing. For loop, you can set the starting point inside the extension itself, but when it comes to while and do while loop, the starting point needs to be set outside of it. So the two keywords, this is how you set a do while loop in JavaScript. So in order to, avoid that crash that used to happen if your variable is not increased. So I will do the increment first before I set the condition. I'll do x plus plus. And then I can set the condition here. I said, okay, message plus equals the number is, then this will serve as a space. And then I can add it with the value that I'm getting from I and a break tag so that everything can be on a single line. So I will do that and close it. And then once I'm done with this, I'll come outside this to and add the condition, which is where the while comes into place. X less than 10. I'll close it. I've just set the condition, if you can see. And then if I refresh my browser, you can see nothing new. So I want to get the result out on the tab. So let me do the usual way, document.get ID by element, and then set the inner.html, the content I want to change, which will be the value of the message that I'm getting. So let me see, is there anything coming up in my browser? Okay, you will see that my browser is not displaying anything, and that is as a result of the fact that if you take a look at this code clearly, you will see that I set a variable of I, but when I'm doing the increment, I am calling X, which means there's a mismatch. Because if you check your console, you get X is not a defined error. So I'll change it from this place to high. And then if you take a look at my browser, there should be changes. Now I will try and refresh this. It's not still working, and that is because in my condition I'm still referring to X instead of I. So I'll change it here as well. And I think this should fix this problem. So if nothing is happening, let's inspect the code and see where the error is coming from. You can see cannot set property of null setting inner.html, which means there's an error here because I used a small d, not a capital D, for my demo. And you see that immediately that I fixed that, I see the output right in my browser. So this is the usefulness of developer console. You can see I was able to use this to trace where the error and the issue was coming from. So this is how do while works in JavaScript. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next lesson.